Y'all, this is a new arrangement. Look who's out here. Sebastian is out here with 4 Easter eggers. And Juliet's around here somewhere. Oh, that's Juliet. Where's she at? Oh, where's Raina? Anyway, for several days, he's been going out. He has to go out by himself generally because he's lost all his girls. But he's looking so sad. So, I experimented one day and I grabbed the Easter egger hens, the 4 of them, out of their group, out of the Dirty Dozen group, and I put them out here with him. And for a couple days, they stayed away from him. Then all of a sudden, I come out here. He was all excited though. He's like, "Oh yeah, girls! I got girls!" And yesterday, you see that tree right through there? That cypress tree, Carolina cypress. Bash likes to go lay under that. And I came out here and I found him laying under there, and next to him in a row, was Raina, and then Layla, the black girl over there, and then Miss Juliet right here, and Shelby, the splash color one, which is to your eye would be white. They were all hanging around. They were all laying together under the tree. He's not bothering them. They're not scared of him as much anymore. And Shelby, the white one over there, way over yonder, Shelby, you should have seen. The first day the girls went down to the bottom of the pen to dust bathe, and see that chair way down there? Bash went running down there, fast as Bash can run with arthritic joints. And he went down there and he just laid underneath that chair. Shelby came along and she was pulling on his tail feather. He's got one long tail feather that would hang way down. And she was grabbing it and she was pulling on it. She was walking around and picking at him. He was just kind of ignoring her. And I think he's been more perky and much happier since I put him some girls out here. There comes Raina. He's so much happier hanging around with some girls. And they get an extra couple hours outside, too. Plus, they can go back in his pen and eat and drink and do whatever they want to. So, he's been a happy guy ever since he got some new girls. Juliet is on her. She's really... You go chase some girls? Did you trip or did you chase them on purpose? I can't tell. You got stuff stuck all to your behind fluff, boy. Oh. Somebody's choking in there. Stop that. Don't eat like pigs. Gosh. So, yeah. He's proud. I think he's got somebody to look out for. He's not had 4 girls in years now. So, he's perkier. And so he's not going to live much longer. He's just not. There's so many signs that he's on his way out. Who is choking in there like a pig? When they eat that scratch really fast, they'll suck it down and try to sneeze it right back up where it gets down the throat. Yeah, the girls are having a good time. They're not scared of him. It kind of looked like he was lunging toward them then. He might have been, or he just might have been walking. He can't walk well. His right leg over here is very, very stiff. Sometimes he almost drags it behind him. He's just getting old. People get old, they get arthritic. This rooster is over 9 years old, 9 years and 3 months, and don't you choke. Can you slow down eating? Nobody's competing with you. Slow down, buddy. With that leg. He's always flexing it like that. Anyway, I thought I would show you. This is one of the things that's going on with the chickens. On the other hand, there's something else going on with the Omega Rocks that's not very good. Tallulah was, she started to hang away from the group. She started staying inside when they went outside. And she was like that for a couple of days, and I thought, what's going on? And then I saw her pooping egg yolk, bright yellow egg yolk looking stuff. I went, oh gosh, she hasn't even laid an egg yet. Ethel is laying now. Ethel and Hannah. Hannah started laying first, and Ethel's laying now. But neither Hazel nor, who I was just talking about, Hazel nor Tallulah have laid anything. And now, and so I thought, you know, if an egg broke inside of her, say she's so close to laying, if an egg broke inside of her, say one of them was jumped on her or something, it could have broken inside. And if that is the case, it can set up an E. coli type infection in there. So I thought, well, I've got a fresh bottle of penicillin. I don't usually do the shot in the dark stuff because it doesn't cure anything, really. I mean, penicillin's for wounds and such, so they don't get infected, or if they are infected, you know, that kind of thing. But I thought, let's go ahead and give her penicillin injections for 3 to 5 days here. And today's the 3rd day, and we brought her outside. I was sitting right here in this chair with her, and you know, so my husband could, you know, inject her, because you have to hold her so she doesn't move. And she kind of fell asleep in my arms, and Angus is very concerned. He would not leave her. The others were down at the bottom of that fence, and Angus would not leave her. He hung around me, and I had to talk to him, because when I brought her into their cage yesterday, I think it was, or maybe the day before, I can't remember, when we brought her out here to give her injection, and I took her back in. The Omega Rocks were in their pen. I walked in there, and behind me I closed the door so they wouldn't get out with the others that were out here. And I didn't set Tally down right away. And Angus ran over, and before I could even blink, he bit me twice on the calf, side of the calf. I told my husband, I said, he bit me. And my husband goes, well, he's telling you to put his girl down. I said, yeah, I kind of get that, but in 20-something years, I have never had a rooster run and bite me so I could put his girl down. They always look concerned, and I said, I'm just going to chalk that up to immaturity. He's got to learn that these girls are our girls first before they're his, and he just hasn't learned that yet. But I'm very pleased he's been so concerned. He would not leave me sitting with Tallulah. He just listened to me talk. He wasn't being aggressive or anything. He just was listening to me talk to him, tell him I would never hurt his girl. And but I think I'm going to lose one of my 4 girls. This is not looking good. Her comb is not just pale, it's also yellowish. However, there could be another problem. It's hard. It's strange that a girl who's not even laid 1 egg would be experiencing reproductive malfunctions. What could be happening, because I'm looking at her little jaundiced looking comb, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she could have an internal liver issue, something like that. And that would mean that her coming into lay, which is a stress on their body, their first egg, coming into lay is a stress. And if she already had an internal issue that we weren't aware of, that could have caused what's going on with her now. So I am afraid that I'm going to lose Tally, and after all the stuff we've gone through to get to this point, and now, if I only have 3 girls, I cannot keep 2 roosters. I will have to get rid of Nathaniel or Angus. As much as I'm fond of Nathaniel, Angus is the better looking breeder. He's bigger, he's broader, he has a perfect comb. He's just overall a much better example. Even though Nathaniel's not bad, it's not that. It's just in comparison to Angus, he kind of lacks a little bit. He lacks a little bit in size. His comb is not, it's a little too meaty. It's not perfect. And anyway, long story. But I can't imagine losing these girls. They just got to 24 weeks old, laying age, and that. Thing is, the same thing happened to a Delaware pullet of mine years ago, and that was breeder quality stock too. We came home from a grocery shopping trip, and I went to let them out, and I found one of the girls who, the last one that hadn't laid yet. I think she was the same age over here as Tallulah, 24 weeks old or something. And normally my Delawares all lay earlier than that, and they were all the girls had laid except for her, and I found her laying in the doorway. With blood coming out of her beak. And I thought, what the heck? So we actually opened her up, and we found her entire chest cavity full of blood. Her heart had basically imploded. And it seems to me it was a heart issue. And when she was coming to lay, it put too much stress on her heart. So that's the end of that. But we'll see how it goes. I thought I'd show you Bash's new girlfriends. You guys, irises in September. These are new. There's new buds. I have, yeah, look here. I've got this one right over there. I have 4 irises that are just now starting to bloom in the middle of September. Even for rebloomers, is that normal? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's wonderful though. It's wonderful. I think that's really neat. You gotta take pleasure in the small things, right?